পরের স্কুল হচ্ছে বর্নপুর রিভারসাইড স্কুল। বর্নপুর রিভারসাইড স্কুল হচ্ছে আমাদের পরবর্তী স্কুল যাদের কাছে আমরা চলে এসেছি, এবং আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি মডেল এখানে রেডি রয়েছে এবং স্টুডেন্টসরাও রয়েছে। আমরা সরাসরি স্টুডেন্টদের কাছে চলে আসব এবং তাদের থেকে আমরা জেনে নেওয়ার চেষ্টা করব যে তারা তাদের কি মডেল বানিয়ে এনেছে। যদিও আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি রেন ওয়াটার হারভেস্টিং, আমরা তাদের মুখ থেকে এবার শুনে নেওয়ার চেষ্টা করব তাদের মডেল সম্পর্কে এবং তাদের মেসেজ কি টুয়ার্ডস আওয়ার সোসাইটি।
Good afternoon. After our Honorable Prime Minister's UN Climate Change Conference COP26, we, Burnpur Riverside School, Burnpur, would now address that LIFE stands for Lifestyle for Environment. Mission Life is a mass movement of environmental conscious lifestyle. What is needed nowadays is the optimal utilization, and instead of consuming objects merrily, we should utilize it for the betterment of our society. For example, as the need of the hour is to save energy, save money, save the planet, save the nature, we have these prototype models which showcases our message and conveys it to the society. To begin with, we have an ideal rural settlement. Here, we have displayed a forest cover, which is helpful in reducing the carbon footprint of our society. Next, we have a pond fed with rainwater. As we know, a rural settlement consists of various cultivating fields such as pulses, cereals, mustard, etc., which require very less water and can be irrigated using the pond created by us through the rainwater.
Right.
Next, we have the rural houses or the rural residencies of the people. There, we also have created a biogas plant which creates gas using the household waste, cattle dung, agricultural waste, etc. And the waste created can be reutilized for
by the farmers
for fertilization.
Absolutely. Next, we are coming towards the medicinal plants. We can see that there are so many medicinal plants kept here: neem, tulsi,
Giloy,
and ashwagandha, and curry leaves, and mint also. Please explain.
These plants such as giloy, neem, mint, curry leaves, these are abundant in medicinal value and are an ancient way of curing diseases known by humans.
Ma'am, as everybody knows, many modern medicines affect our liver and kidneys very much. We can get kidney stones if we consume medicine. If we consume more and more medicines on a longer basis of time, like many people have thyroid illness and many other types of illness for which they consume medicines regularly. But these can eventually lead to liver failure and kidney diseases also. But as we know, in our ancient times, there were no such medicines. Rather, there were such plants which were used as medicines from their extracts, directly from the nature, which can be used by humans for their utilization and consumption by them for the curing of their illnesses.
Absolutely. And here comes your last model, that is rainwater harvesting.
We have the slogan, save water today to secure a tomorrow. That's why our prototype model focuses on rainwater harvesting.
So ma'am, actually rainwater harvesting is a process of accumulating rainwater and then we can purify it for doing various purposes. Ma'am, here the rainwater is being collected in the rainwater collector and then it moves on to the filtration where the water is being filtrated and then it moves on to the reservation tanks. And the rainwater can be used for a variety of purposes like for irrigation, for various household purposes, for washing, cooking, etc. And it can be used for a variety of other purposes for gardening. And the rainwater, that it can be of two types, that is rooftop rainwater harvesting and roadside rainwater harvesting.
We can see the rainwater collector, the rooftop rainwater harvesting, and how can we use the roadside rainwater
in the case of roadside rainwater harvesting, the rainwater after getting filtrated, it is there are underground pots where the rainwater gets
collected.
stored. They're collected there, and then it is used for variety of purposes.
ওকে আমরা কথা বলে নিলাম বর্নপুর রিভারসাইড স্কুলের সাথে এবং দে হ্যাভ কাম আপ উইথ 3 মডেলস 3 medicinal plants and basically they are stepping towards the themes of mission life যেটা আমাদের অনারেবল প্রাইম মিনিস্টার যেটা বলেছে, যেটা স্টুডেন্টরাও বললো যে কিভাবে মিশন লাইফে যে স্টেপসগুলো আছে তারা কিভাবে ফলো করে ফ্রম রেন ওয়াটার হারভেস্টিং এবং তারপরে মেডিসিনাল প্লান্টস যেটা আগেকার যেটা ওরা বলছে যে আগে সত্যি আমরা তো মেডিসিনের ওপর এত ডিপেন্ড করতাম না, সেটা মেডিসিনাল প্লান্টসের ওপর ডিপেন্ড করেই এত বছর ধরে আমাদের আগের জেনারেশন যারা ছিল তারা মেডিসিনাল প্লান্টের ওপরেই ডিপেন্ড করতো এবং এই যে রিনিউয়েবল সোর্সেস অফ এনার্জি যদি ইউজ করা যায়, এখানে আমরা দেখতেই পাচ্ছি এত স্টুডেন্টরা এখানে পার্টিসিপেট করেছে। সবাই যেটা করছে কিভাবে জল সংরক্ষণ করা যায়, কিভাবে সোলার এনার্জি ইউজ করা যায় এবং উইন্ড এনার্জি ইউজ করা যায় এবং তারা যে মডেলগুলো এখানে বানিয়ে এনেছে সত্যি অভাবনীয়। আমরা এতক্ষণ কথা বললাম বর্নপুর রিভারসাইড স্কুলের স্টুডেন্টদের সাথে এবং you have another model, okay, তারা আর 2 more models, okay, আরো 2টো মডেল তারা এনেছে। আমরা একটু তাদের থেকে আরো শুনে নেওয়ার চেষ্টা করব। প্লিজ এক্সপ্লেন টু আস।
Next we move on to an household way. Next we have an household way of filtrating water which can be used directly in our homes and our workplaces to have consumable or usable water just in a few steps.
Okay.
Water purification has become so necessary in our day-to-day life because there is a high scarcity of water. There is approximately only 1.2% of drinkable water that we can use for consumption and other activities. So we have 3-step water purification methods: sedimentation, filtration and disinfection. Sedimentation, it is a process in which the water is kept aside for some time in a stagnant position in which the impurities settle at the bottom of the container, and then we move the fresh water into another container and then filtrate it. We are going to show the filtration process in a form of working model. So we are going to pour in some muddy water and we can see the clear water is coming through the bottom of the pot, and we have arranged the pot in layers. Like we have large dribbles, like we can see here large dribbles.
Demo has been kept here. Basically, these are large
Gravels, small gravels, wood charcoal, coarse sand and fine sand. And at the last we have put some cotton so that it gets filtered, and at every layer of sand filtration we can see that impurities get stuck in the layers, and then we get pure water in the cup.
Okay. And
then there is a third process which is known as disinfection, because after filtration the water is only used for other purposes. We cannot use it for drinking purpose. So there is another process, that is disinfection. In this process we will boiling is the most effective and common way of making water consumable to the humans. So in 3 steps we can boil the water, and after filtrating it we will boil it at 100 degrees Celsius, and then we will boil it for 10 to 15 minutes. After cooling down the water which was boiled earlier, then we can use it for human purpose.
Then it becomes consumable.
Now, last but not the least, we move to our message towards the society, towards the electronic society, of replacing polluting vehicles,
Petrol, diesel cars to electric vehicles.
which shows old objects yielding place to the new.
So, ma'am, as we know that nowadays electric vehicles have a very common effect in our daily lives. So here we have came up with another idea of promoting solar vehicles, which will be more energy efficient and will have ultimate energy resources which will also save the natural resources in our environment. Here we have explained the process that how from solar rays we get
We can the solar energy is stored in the
Yes.
solar panels.
from this. Yes, the photovoltaic panels of the solar array takes all the solar energy from and stores it in a power tracker, which converts it into electrical energy, and then finally it stores in the battery, which goes to the motor controllers, which helps the motor controllers to control the speed of the motor whenever it turns the wheel, and it helps in turning the wheel of the motor.
Now we can see that in this car, solar panel is attached on the top surface of the car. When the sun rays will reflect on this solar panel, then the photovoltaic cells on this solar panel will absorb it and convert the sun's energy to electric energy, by which the car would run efficiently. We have some collected over here data which
And
includes
during night, what will happen during night? It will get
It
stored
will
in
be
the
stored
battery.
in the batteries.
In the batteries.
And if any bad weather condition is also there, then we will also store in the batteries. We have came up with the
How long it can be stored? How I mean to
until
say,
and unless it is used.
right.
here we have also written some advantages and disadvantages in our presentation. Here the advantages we can get, as we know that reduction of policy and reduction of energy cost we get, and also but there are some disadvantages also. As we can see in a solar car, the performances are very lower than an electric car, so we need more improvement in the solar cars in comparative to electric cars.
So how can it be done?
Ma'am, it can only be done when we get more modern energy sources, like instead of solar we can in future, if we can use hydroelectric energy, then also it will be very helpful to use vehicles in streets.
In China, more than 25% of cars are sold of electric, but in India it is only nearly 1 to 2%. It is because that Indians think that electric car has high cost of maintenance, as well as there is very poor charging infrastructure in India.
Now we need to shift to the e-vehicles slowly, basically.
So for slowly moving to e-vehicles, we can we can directly switch to solar vehicles, which does not need so much maintenance and only has
And we know
one-time
that
cost.
solar,
in
solar
life.
energy is renewable sources of
According
energy.
to last
Message which we want to convey to the society.
Absolutely.
That is mission life based on green life.
থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ আমাদের সঙ্গে কথা বলার জন্য। আমরা কথা বলে নিলাম বর্নপুর রিভারসাইড স্কুলের স্টুডেন্টদের সাথে। এতগুলো মডেল তারা বানিয়ে এনেছে আর সত্যি অসাধারণভাবে তাদের মডেলগুলো দেখলে সত্যি মনে হয় সোসাইটির প্রতি তারা কি মেসেজ দিতে চাইছে, টু স্প্রেড অ্যাওয়ারনেস অ্যামংস দ্য পিপল বেসিক্যালি। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ আমাদের সঙ্গে কথা বলার জন্য।
আরও খবরের আপডেট পেতে সাবস্ক্রাইব করুন আমাদের ইউটিউব চ্যানেলটি আর বেল আইকনে ক্লিক করুন নোটিফিকেশনস পেতে।